Hey YouTube, this is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we've got your Week 9 start and sit video for the quarterback position. Hopefully you guys have checked out our waiver wire video to get you guys prepared for that, because there are 6 teams that are on a bye this week. So this is bye week hell at this point. Hopefully you have some great depth, hopefully no injuries, and you guys are going into this week with a pretty good roster to get you guys a nice win. Again, 6 teams are on a bye. Now these are your obvious quarterbacks you should be starting this week. Again, matchup wise, or it's just they are that guy right now. These are your quarterbacks you should be starting. Okay. Now, the first quarterback I have as a good start is going to be Trevor Lawrence. Now, he didn't play great against Denver, but Denver in general has a really good defense. So I didn't expect him to perform very well, but he's going against the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are just giving up points to quarterbacks. Look, they just gave up 23.5 as the average right now this season, and over 265 passing yards. On top of that, they allow 2 passing touchdowns per game. So this is a good game for Trevor Lawrence to really turn it around and actually have a pretty good, I don't think going crazy, but again, anywhere from the 19 to 20 point range is what I expect of him this week. The lowest points allowed by the Raiders was 17.2, and that was to Andy Dalton. I mean, you had quarterbacks like Davis Mills and Tannehill put up 19 points. So Lawrence should easily fall within that 19 point range because he does have the ability to do that. And he's got some great weapons. Realistically, he's got good weapons. He's got the ability. He just needs to kind of put it all together, and this is a good matchup for him. Another quarterback I have as a good start is Justin Herbert. It's weird to say Herbert as I would say a good start, because a lot of times he would be an obvious pick, but he has really not performed very, very well. He's going against Atlanta, which is a great turnaround. Right before this past week, even before the bye, he had 19 points, which is great. But prior to that, he had 9 points and then 14 points. So Herbert has struggled, but the matchup is really good against the Falcons, who are allowing 21.8 points and over 300 passing yards. And he should have Keenan Allen. Obviously, Mike Williams is expected to still miss some time, but he's got Jordan Palmer, you got Eckler, you got Everett. I like the weapons he has. Herbert just needs to kind of put some things together, because right now he's not performing very well and they need some wins. This is a good one against Atlanta. Now, the last guy I have as a good start is going to be Geno Smith versus the Cardinals. Look, I know Geno only had 12 points earlier this season against the Cardinals when they played. I don't see that as a repetition. I don't see him repeating that performance. Last 2 weeks, the Cardinals have allowed Kirk Cousins 23 points, Andy Dalton 29 points. So this is a pretty good matchup. The Cardinals defense is struggling and they're not performing very well. And realistically, Geno's averaging over 17 points a game. He's definitely a dark horse MVP in the NFL right now. He's done a phenomenal job with what he's got. Metcalf looks really good. Lockett looks good. Walker looks great. And again, Cardinals are allowing 20.7 points and 260 passing yards. So this is a really good game for Geno Smith. Now, a quarterback I'm going to sit this week is going to be Jared Goff against the Packers. Packers hold quarterbacks to 12.9 points to them. Also holding under 190 passing yards. They do allow a touchdown per game, so that will help a little bit. But the secondary does a really good job. They play very well. Alexander is probably going to be covering Amon-Ra, even though Amon-Ra plays a lot in the slot. And Goff has been really inconsistent. So again, against a tough, really Packers defense, Goff is not somebody I'm going to play. Another quarterback I'm not playing this week is going to be Tom Brady versus the Rams. Rams do a great job against the quarterback, allowing 11 points to quarterbacks, not named Josh Allen, of course. They hold quarterbacks to under 215 passing yards, and 3 out of the last 4 games have not allowed a passing touchdown. So Brady also hasn't played very well. He's been very inconsistent. He's averaging about 15, 16 points a game, which is mediocre. And that's even with having his weapons like Godwin and Mike Evans. Obviously, Julio's been out, but he's had some decent weapons. They're not running the ball, which means it's all falling on Tom Brady, which the defense knows. And you're not going to be passing 30 to 40 times when you have Aaron Donald coming at you in between the middle or outside. So again, Tom Brady, I'm not feeling really comfortable with. Andy Dalton's the last quarterback I don't feel should be a good start this week against the Ravens. Ravens do actually allow some points, 19.8 and 285 passing yards. But as of late, the last 4 games have only allowed 14 points a game to the quarterback. Dalton is a safe play. Don't get me wrong. He's going to get you to that 12 to 15 point range. He's always the safe quarterback play. So if you need a safe floor, he's someone you're going to put in your lineup. Maybe he's in super flex, but he does lack some upside and that big play that will help obviously your team really perform really well. You don't necessarily want a dud, don't get me wrong, but you want somebody to put more than 14 points a game. Ravens did get Roquan Smith as well, who should be starting this weekend next to Patrick Queen and things like that. So defensively, this is also a little bit tougher. Again, stopping the run against Kamara, and then obviously stopping Andy Dalton. Now, as far as some sleepers, I've got Justin Fields versus the Dolphins. Miami has improved their pass defense, only allowing 14 points the last 4 games, where earlier in the season they were allowing 24 points. But with that said, that's against average quarterbacks, minus Kirk Cousins. Goff has just had over 300 passing yards and 17 points. Fields has been averaging 23 points the last 2 games and pretty good defenses. They're needing the Patriots, Dallas Cowboys, and Fields has done actually a pretty good job. So I like him as a good sleeper this week. Another quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is not somebody I would normally start or feel comfortable with. A lot has to do with his weapons and just kind of his performance, but the Lions are the second most points allowed to quarterbacks. They give up a lot, 22.3, and they're also giving up 275 passing yards. He should have Lazard back this week, which will only help him out to have. And there's a possibility he might trade for a wide receiver this before the trade deadline. So there's always that chance for the Packers. Not very highly likely, but it's always a chance. So those are my start, sits, and sleepers for the quarterback position for week 9. Again, hopefully you guys checked out our waiver wire video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell is on. That way you guys are notified when we drop these start and sit videos for you guys. We're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. We're probably about 5 weeks away. So again, these games matter. Remember, 6 teams are on a bye, so be prepared for that. If you guys do have questions who you should start and sit, always hit them in the comments. If you guys did also enjoy the content, make sure you hit the like button. It is greatly appreciated. You guys have been fantastic. This is an amazing community. I'm super, super excited to see what's going to happen in the future. All right, check out our waiver wire video. Hit us up in the comments, hit the subscribe and like, and I'll check you guys out next time.